maybe the rich will call it slumming. I don't call it that. The people that come to Waffle House are honest. The people that come to Waffle House are not pretentious. They're not posers. And the people that work there are the same. And I think that's what it is these people are real. They're not fake. They're not putting on airs and none of that bullshit. Down to earth, perfect. That's how they are. And I like being around those people. I can't stand being around posers. I it irritates the fuck out of me. Fake people, I have no time for them. And I think that's maybe why I like being at Waffle House because I respect the fact that these people are busting their ass for as much as they get paid. And I'm one of those people at a restaurant. I've worked at a pizza place, okay, just delivering pizzas, not working the counter or anything. But I respect the fact that people working in the food industry. It's like you got to deal with some of the people that they're just maybe they're having a bad day, maybe they're just assholes, maybe they just have like a complex where they have to be right about every fucking thing. If these people are serving you food, do you really want to fuck with the person that's serving you food? I don't. I respect the fact that they're serving me. Why are people dicks to these people? I don't get it. They come in with it with that attitude. It's like, oh, you got to be, the customer's always right. Bullshit. No, they're not always right. So when I walk into a Waffle House, that's how I feel. It's like I feel like a genuine experience. This Waffle House was a good one, and I'm as brother Christ is my witness. I cried in this Waffle House, and you guys can clip that because the wife is like, I'm sitting there, and the girl's like, hey, what can I get you? And I'm sitting there and I'm crying, and I'm getting tears thinking about it. So as wild as it sounds, is like you guys have comfort food. Waffle House is not just my comfort food; it's my comfort place. And most of the time when I go to a Waffle House, I'm having an emotional, I'm not, I'm having like a spiritual experience of Waffle House. That's how I am. It's crazy. I know it's wild. It's probably borderline psychotic, whatever. But it's like I could just hang out there. I don't care if shit how cold. If it could be freezing fucking cold. I know it's good. I've been to enough Waffle Houses enough times to know it's going to be cold in there. I'll just bring a jacket if I want to hang out in there for a while. If I just want to zen, it's my zen garden. Okay, there may be a fight going on. There may be people throwing food. There may be somebody reaching over a counter and shit like that. You know what? I'm going to sit there and I'm going to let that chaos happen around me because I'm centered. I'm centered in my Waffle House. The place could be catching fire. I'm centered on my Waffle House. It's my center. I want to know one thing though, Waffle House. Why the fuck do your bathrooms always smell like they do? Because they're clean, but they still smell horrible. Absolutely. Aspen, you've been in a Waffle House? You tell me. Next time you go in a Waffle House, tell me how bad that bathroom smells. It'll be clean, but it will smell. It smells like a sewer in there. And I wonder if they make it smell that way so you won't hang out in there, just like they do with the air conditioner. So when I order my food, I'm having like a spiritual experience in this Waffle House in Tucson. Beautiful desert air that I love. I'm having a spiritual experience in here. And the wife is just looking at me. She's like, "You okay, honey?" Yes, I'm fine. And the waitress and I order what I order. I say, "Hey, can I get toast?" I said, "Can you tell whoever's doing the I'm bacon. I mean, sorry. Can you tell whoever's doing the bacon to almost burn it? And if they feel like they burnt it, present it, and I'm sure it'll be fine." Yeah, bakes into the place, probably. So I was sitting here having my Waffle House, and I was like, I was seriously having this. like a spiritual experience in this Waffle House. I'd never been here before in my life. I don't know anything about this Waffle House, but maybe to me, every Waffle House is just like the one that I like on Highway 301. That has to be it. It's not just the specific location. It's the fact that it's a Waffle House. And you guys can call me crazy, whatever you want to call me. I uh, this Waffle House was good. I really like it. So I went to this one, and we had like an Airbnb Verbo thing that was up around here. It was up here really. Um, so we went to this Waffle House. Is this the one? No, this isn't the one. There's another one up here. Where is it at? I gotta find it. This one was not far. We were staying around Coronado Heights. We went to this one, and during the day we didn't. I only hit one Waffle House at night, so we went to this one during the day. This to me is like the typical Waffle House experience. It's usually right off the highway, and whatever highway that is. So I went to this one. I thoroughly enjoyed this one. I really did. The people were really nice here. The servers, everybody that worked here was really fucking nice. The food was great. I really enjoyed this one. I even left a review for them. I really enjoyed this Waffle House. That's right off I-10. I know, right? And then I'm sitting there. I think I even had a window seat. So yeah, look at that. So I think I was sat like right there. So I'm sitting there looking at the cactus, and the wife's like, "You all right, honey?" I was like, "Again, I'm in two of my favorite places. I'm in the desert in a Waffle House. Okay, I'm just chilling in the desert Waffle House, and I'm just staring at the cactus, watching the world go by. Like I'm a watcher, from like the X-Men. I think it was. I think the X-Men has a watcher. The Marvel Comics has a watcher. I'm just observing. Okay, when I go to the Waffle House, I'm not there to make chaos. I'm there to watch it. I don't go to the movies for entertainment. I just go to like a Waffle House. It is, Aspen, it is. I just want to sit here and enjoy the Waffle House. And I knew it was good. I'm going to say this. The Waffle Houses in Arizona were not as cold as the one in Florida. And I even told them this. I said, the Waffle Houses in Florida have their air cranked down to 20 degrees. I was like, the desert. It's like, you guys don't have it cranked down. It was wild, dude. It was wild. It was wild to me. It was like, you guys don't have the AC cranked down? I mean, I'm comfortable. I mean, it wasn't hot this time of the year. This is when I met Dog Knots and Alien. I met them not at this Waffle House. I didn't meet them at a Waffle House. We went to a tiki bar later on. Uh, I like this Waffle House. This is a very good waffle. This Waffle House was better, but than the one by the airport. I really enjoyed this one. This is the two of the three that I went to. So there's this one down here that's right by I-10. I gotta talk about this one. This one was interesting. I know. I really enjoyed hanging out with them. I really did. I was nervous. I was like, oh, it's so complete strange people I met on the internet. I'm going to meet them here in the desert. Now they're super cool. Um, Waffle House. Where is it at? Oh, there it is. Huh. So I know of the Kettle restaurants. I don't remember if I've ever. Maybe I don't think I've ever been to one, but I know about them. But anyway, so this Waffle House here, the when did I went here by myself, and I don't remember why. I think it was after I met Alien and fall off at the Titan Missile Museum. We went there, we met up there, and I think maybe on the way home I stopped here at this one. I don't remember if that was the reason or not. Anyway, I went to this one by myself. The wife didn't want to go in it. She was, because of her hip issue, she was hanging out back at the rental. So I came here by myself. We both went to the other two Waffle Houses. I know she laughs at me like whenever I have like my spiritual Waffle House experience. And again, it's by a motel by the highway. I mean, you can't. It's there. I love Waffle. You can get so many different people here at these Waffle Houses. You can get the whole gambit of society at a Waffle House. The whole line, the whole. You can get the top tier to the homeless at a Waffle House. You can get all kinds of people at a Waffle House. You never know what's going to happen when you go to one. And so the first time I went to this one, it wasn't a great experience. I did it was not a great experience. You know what it was? I think it was in the evening. It wasn't after I met them for it wasn't after I met them for the museum. It was in the evening one evening, and I wanted to get out, and she didn't want to go anywhere. And I said, "Look, babe, there are 4 Waffle Houses in this city, and I'm gonna hit all these motherfuckers." She goes, "Okay, dear." I was like, "I'm gonna go hit this other Waffle House, and I'm gonna try it out." She goes, "Well, I can't. I'm not feeling great. I'm not gonna go." All right, cool. I'll go by myself. So I came down to this one. First time, not a great experience. Not a great experience. Yeah, exactly, Aspen on a mission. It was not a great experience at this Waffle House the first time. So I like to think maybe it was an off night because it seemed like the staff that was there was having an off night. And I don't know if maybe something happened before. So this was by I-10 and Star Pass Boulevard. I don't know if it seemed like the staff was having an off night, and I figured they're probably having an off night. And so couple of days later, I tell the wife when I get home, like, I don't know about that Waffle House. That, that may not be that good. It wasn't, but I think something was off. So we went somewhere else, and she goes, "Where do you want to go?" I said, "I want to go to this Waffle House again." She goes, "Well, you've been to that one." I was like, "I know. I Something was off. I need to go again and make sure that it was the vibe and not the place." And we went again, and it was a good time. It was a good time. It was busy. It was during the day, and it was breakfast time, I think it was, and it was a good time. I think this might have been on the way, like the last day we were there, and we had to be out of the place at like X hours, and we're gonna just drive around and find some thrift stores to hit or some shit. So we come in here, and she's like, "Well, I told you said it wasn't that great." I said, "Babe, it might have been that night." I was like, "I had the vibe. When you're in a place and the energy isn't right. The energy is off." You're like, "Yeah, the energy's off." Okay, there's a reason. So I went back with her, and it was great. The food was great. Everything was great. And I even commented. I said, "I'm glad I came back a second time." She goes, "Oh, you were here the other night?" I said, "I was." And I think the girl that waited on me remembered me. She goes, "Oh yeah, he was here the other night." And I was like, "I'm glad I came back a second time." And she goes, "Oh, what happened?" I said, "Something was off last time, but I wasn't sure what it was." I even told him. So I have a feeling at this point, I know when we left, because I told the staff, I told the girl that was waiting on me that I'd been to the two of the other this is the third Waffle House I've been to since I got here. So so when I left, when we got in the car, I said, "Hey, I wonder if now they think that I'm like some corporate person that's checking up on their stores." And I was like, I laughed so hard. I was like, "I bet they think I'm some corporate person checking on their stores." And then they're glad because I could just imagine them having that conversation like, "Hey, there's a guy that was here the other night, and he says he's been to the other two. This is his third one." And I said, "Yeah, I got to hit the fourth one before I leave." Because I said that. I said, "I got to hit the fourth one before I leave." And so they probably think I'm some corporate inspector, some corporate person checking on how they're doing their job.